G'day guys and welcome to my rookie review series in which I'll showcase some of what I've learnt from each rookie over each round and whether or not they're really solid selections for our team. So yeah, in today's video I will be breaking down every single rookie and discussing are they good selections or not and can we go near them, etc. No webcam in this video for obvious reasons. I cannot get my face in there and the stats as well, so apologies for that one. I'll try to get through it a little bit quickly because, yeah, let's be honest, there are quite a few here. So, yeah, we'll get stuck into it. And we'll start off with the defender rookies as always. And we got Mitch Hinge in for number one. So, a lot of people should actually already own Mitch Hinge already. I think he was a pretty good selection, had really low time on ground in the second half. I'm not really sure what happened, but a proving scorer, a little bit injury prone. So, yeah, went 50. I think, yeah, you probably keep playing in that Crows lineup. He's definitely best 22, but it's all about the durability for him. And, yeah, hopefully that shoulder can hold off for a good 10 weeks or so we can make us some good money off him. But, yeah, definitely capable of an 80-odd score and, yeah, clearly a field option. So, yeah, someone that we can definitely go near. And if you don't have him, yeah, feel free to bring him into your team. Yeah, injury prone, but I think the reward outweighs the risk right there. Next player here is Joel Smith, 177k, someone that I kind of had no idea about until I looked at the scores for round one. Obviously the 48, yeah, super injury prone. I'm pretty sure he's been battling a lot of soft tissue injuries regarding his hamstrings. So yeah, just on that, I would be avoiding him. Paddy McCartan, isn't it just unbelievable to see him back playing football? So 157k, which I cannot really justify why he's at that price, and he hasn't played in about 4 years at least, so he should be 102k, but that's another story. He scored 70. He's a perfect field option with great job security as well. So someone that everybody, I think, has in their teams, and if you don't have him, well, definitely get him in as soon as you can because he's a very viable field option. And, yeah, he can cover well for this next bloke who is Sam DeConning. So 123k. I think about 70% of the comp has this guy, so I don't need to go into it, but obviously battling a concussion, scored 38, and yeah, good job security when he's actually playing. He can be a nice loophole this week as well if you're going to VC Dunkley or McRae. So yeah, don't really need to go into that one. Just have him on the bench. He'll be a very, very slow burn, and that's all there really is for him. Now onto the midfield rookies. This is where all the points are, so there's a lot of discussion in this lineup. So Nick Dacos, he is a star, honestly. 27 disposals on debut. That's probably the lowest he'll get. 193k, which is an absolute steal for what he can do. 98, he had a really good debut. He'll probably only get better. So perfect job security. Play him on the field. Everybody has him, and I don't need to go on about that one. Patrick Naish, this one came out of nowhere. I remember looking at him over the off-season. He wasn't even a Supercoach player. I was expecting him to be 102k, but 189k, I don't think that's really going to cut it. A score of 63, so he's a capable scorer off half-back, and I think he's a decent option. But are you willing to pay 189k for this player? I'm not sure. I'm not. So, yeah, job security's moderate, maybe good, but I'll put it in the moderate for now because he's only really just found himself an AFL list after sort of being dropped by Richmond. So, hopefully he can play some good footy at the Eagles, but as a result, there are a lot of other great options, and I would simply be avoiding Patrick Naish. Even though he could be a good scorer, yeah, don't take my word for that one. He might come back with some really solid scores. But, yeah, someone that I'm definitely going to be avoiding for now. There are other better options. Finn McGuinness, 143k, scored 63. He finally got a shot at AFL football. Hawthorn, gee, they've just made him work for it, haven't they? Moderate job security. I don't know how much of a good scorer he is. Plays a bit of a wing role. Got good endurance. We know that. He's built. So, yeah, hopefully he can consistently play a few more games. And, yeah, he's a field option. Maybe in the forward line as well. I've just got him in the midfield here for now. But, yeah, if you got him in the forward line, definitely have him on field. But, yeah, we already know that there are much better options in the midfield and in the forward line, believe it or not. So, yeah, I'm not really sure about Finn McGuinness. Someone that you definitely can consider, but yeah, not on my radar. I can't say. So Dylan Stephens, 167k. A lot of people have him, but some don't. And I was one of them at the start, but I've worked out a way to have him on my bench. Going to be a little bit of a slow burn. Plays a wing role. He'll be a nice scorer. Just someone that we can accumulate some money from. So yeah, 167k for 59. That's fine. He's not. Yeah, as I said, he's not going to be on the field. He shouldn't be anyway. We've got so many other better midfield options. Yeah, good job security too. He will play predominantly every single game, I would imagine. He looks pretty good. Looked okay on Saturday from what I saw over the replay when I actually did get a chance to watch the Swans Giants game. But yeah, as a result, play him on the bench, and yeah, he'll make you some very good money. Jackson Mead, one that I'm absolutely shocked got a game and not Josh Sin. That is quite arousing, but 123k off of 52. He has medical sub potential written all over him. So yeah, poor job security for Jackson Mead, regardless of how good of a preseason he's been or he's had. He's been a terrific player so far this year and over the off season, but yeah, someone that I could definitely see get the chop in the next few weeks. So yeah, if you got him, play him on the bench, but someone that you probably avoid as well. But yeah, worth a bit of a shout because he is a very good player, but just maybe not the right club for him in terms of selection. Next one here should be a very popular selection here in Connor McDonald, 117k. Scored a 48 on the weekend, but that's all right. He plays a little bit of a very dicey half-forward role, it has to be said. So moderate job security, I would imagine they would get a few games into him. But yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see him on the chopping block after 4 or 5 weeks. But for now, going to make us a little bit of coin and someone that we can just comfortably have on our bench. Brady Hugh, I think it's Hugh. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name, but yeah, plays a halfback role for West Coast, but a very, very outside role. This is the Campbell Chesser replacement, and this is a little bit of what Chesser probably would have scored as well. That sort of 47 range. 117k, I had him in my team, I'm not going to lie, over Thursday night, I think, and then, yeah, when Jack Hayes went bananas on Friday night, I got rid of him for a loophole so I could secure that 127 from Hayes. So, yeah, someone that will be a very popular selection and can eventuate in a bit of a loophole playing for West Coast. Gee, West Coast and Fremantle, they have a lot of Sunday games this year. So, yeah, that is a very good result. So, yeah, I like Brady Hugh and, yeah, moderate job security for now. I think at least until they find someone else to play at half-back role, but seems okay. And, yeah, you can just comfortably have him on the bench because there are a lot of other good options quite clearly. Next one here. This guy came out of nowhere, it has to be said. Angus Sheldrick, a massive bolter in the draft. I wasn't even sure if he was going to get a game. 130k, only scored 43. Poor job security. I think he will go straight out of the team when Tom Papley comes back in the side. And I think it's just about as simple as that. So I'd be avoiding him at all costs. Next player here is a very highly owned player in Josh Ward. Taken very early in the draft. I think it was pick 7 or something like that. Pick 5, 6. Could be any of them. But 180k, only scored 36, which was quite disappointing. But we have to keep in mind that he had a very good game without Tom Mitchell and Jager O'Meara in the side. So, yeah, that has definitely impacted him in a negative way. But, yeah, the ceiling is just so high and he is capable of scoring 100. You're just going to have to give him a bit of time. Someone that you can play on the field, but with a little bit of risk attached to it as well. I'm having him on the bench for now so I can field a Rochelle type or someone like that. But, yeah, good job security and definitely a field option. But, yeah, just didn't really have his day, did he? Hopefully he can respond with a bigger and better score coming into round 2. Next player here is, another real player that just came out of the blue, didn't he? Jake Saligo. I don't mind this player. Plays a little bit of a wing role. Looks comfortable at the level. 117k. Only offered 29 though. I think he had pretty low time on ground. I didn't get a whole lot of that game. But he seems okay. Someone that I know a lot of people did select. I avoided him, thank goodness, because that 29 doesn't really look promising. But Adelaide, I mean, they are so thin. They've got a few injuries. They don't have their man in Rory Laird. So I presume Adelaide get a few more games into Saligo. So if you do own him, be patient with him. He'll come out. Don't sideways trade because, he will be someone that is probably capable of scoring 65 or 70 every now and again. But you just got to wait and see with that one. Just have him on the bench as a little bit of a slow burn in your midfield. And the last player here, I avoided this carnage. He was somebody that I really was about to consider. I had him in my team about Friday around 3 o'clock, and I thought, I'll get Hugh back in my team. But Mitch Owens, he was very, very disappointing. Had bugger all time on ground, and I think just the one handball or something. crazy like that. So yeah, 117k, scored 2. It's really bad for him. If you've got him, you definitely need to make a correction trade. He's at a stage where he could potentially be losing money, which I don't know how that's possible for a 117k rookie. Looked really good in the preseason, but yeah, you definitely got to get rid of him. If you don't have him, well, yeah, the answer's pretty obvious. You simply have to avoid him. So we'll go down to the rucks and the forward line. And yeah, rucks, we've got some options here, don't we? So Jack Hayes, I mean, this guy just came out of nowhere, had one of the best third quarters you'll ever see from not only a rookie but a player. He put his body on the line, he won everything, got on the scoreboard, and he looked hungry for some footy. So yeah, 102k, he should be in about 60% of teams by now, and yeah, really unlucky if you didn't have him at all, so, or even if you got stuck with him on the bench. I had him on the bench at the start. Luckily, I chucked the emergency on him, and as soon as he went 127, I thought, yeah, I definitely got to get Ned Long in here for a loophole, because yeah, this is killing me, and I did that, and it was definitely the right decision. He's going to be very versatile, Ned Long, in getting the best out of Hayes and Martin. But yeah, Hayes, in terms of his job security, at the start, I would definitely say poor, because you got Paddy Ryer to come back in the side, and you've already got Rowan Marshall as well. Can they persist with, or potentially 3 ruckmen? So that's always been a bit of a dilemma. But he asserted himself in that side, Hayes. He's going to be a hard man to drop. So yeah, his job security has actually enhanced to moderate, and I think he will definitely hold his spot temporarily anyway. And yeah, someone that we're very fortunate to get these 2 players in the rucks over the off-season. They have saved our asses, and yeah, you can play them on the field quite comfortably with a loophole if you got one between Nick Martin. That's what I'll be doing. And Hugh Dixon, he's a good one to have at R3. Just a really slow burn. We'll make some money. Maybe he kicks 3 or 4 goals against a poor opposition. So yeah, 102k. Yeah, he's a perfect loophole as well if he does get dropped. So that's the risk I took with picking Ned Long and having Hugh Dixon in the same team. But yeah, scored a 42, which is okay. Only kicked the 1 goal. So yeah, hopefully we get a couple of 70s and 80s from him, or every now and again when he does kick a bag. So yeah, it just needs to be a slow burn on our bench at R3, and we should be right. So yeah, moderate job security until Jack Darling comes back, which I still think is a while away. Still got to get his 2nd vaccination. So I should imagine Hugh Dixon is in the squad for a little while. So yeah, you should be happy with him, and yeah, bench option. So the forward rookies, I mean, usually every single year, like, we are just shambling in the forward line. It's kind of like how it is in defence in the forward line every year, but it seems to be the other way around, because there are some cracking options down forward. And we'll start with this superstar that is Joshua Rashali. He's unbelievable. I had him on my bench, and it was killing me. One of those if-only things. If only I had Rashali on field instead of Ward, I'd probably be in the top 5% this week. But yeah, it wasn't the case. 184k, and you're paying for what you get. You're paying for the best possible rookie. 118 off a 5-goal hold game. Everything he turned touched the gold. I've butchered that completely. Everything he touched turned to gold. So yeah, we love Rashali, and perfect job security. When I say perfect, I mean, yeah, as George said, he's probably Adelaide's best player, and someone that you can have on field every single day of the week, and he's going to be doing great things at the Crows. They definitely got a player there, and so did we at the Bombers. Nick Martin, 102k. He's up there with Hayes as one of those absolute steals, and yeah, really unfortunate if you picked Baldwin over Martin. I thought about it, but I didn't have the funds to do so, and I'm very happy that I didn't do that. 114 off what should have been a 150 game, kicked 5 goals and had 27 disposals, which is probably one of the greatest debuts of all time. And yeah, a few handballs, a few outside possessions probably brought his score down a bit. But yeah, I don't care about that. Got good job security. I would have said poor a couple of weeks ago. He only played a half of footy against St Kilda in the Amy series, but he has thrown himself in that team, and he's going to be keeping someone like a Durham out of the side. There is no doubt about that. He's great composure. He was Essendon's best player on Saturday. He was the only one that looked good and was on his game. So yeah, Nick Martin, if you don't have him, you need to get him in your team immediately, because he's going to be a very nice money maker and a field option for us as well. Next bloke here is Corey Durden. So this was one that I missed, and yeah, it was a bit unfortunate. You can't pick them all at the end of the day. So 143k, offers 71, which is completely fine. Looked good. He's going to be the perfect replacement for Eddie Betts. They were bleeding goals, the Blues. They had Harry Mackay, who was by far their best goal scorer for obvious reasons last year. Their second one was Eddie Betts with 20-odd goals, I'm pretty sure. And then, yeah, from then, their third was, who was it? Mitch Owies, Owies. He was number 3 at about 11 goals. So without Eddie Betts, their next highest goal scorer was Owies with 11. So, yeah, Durden's going to be perfect to replace Eddie. And I think he's got really good job security, and you can play him on field, or even on the bench as well, depending on how stacked your forward line is. I don't have him, but yeah, it's not the end of the world there. I've got Rochelle and Martin and Hayes too. So yeah, I don't think it's critical, but definitely a good selection is Corey Durden. Next player here is Toby Bedford. Got a crack at AFL footy on Wednesday night. He looked okay, I'm not going to lie. 123k, 46. It's pretty mediocre. Moderate job security though. Could even be poor, but he looked really good when I was watching him. Probably I thought he was a bit better than a 46 if I'm honest. But as a result, when you got all of these, absolutely cracking options, I think you just have to avoid someone like a Bedford. So we're getting to the end here now. So Kane Baldwin, 123k, offered 29. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I know a few blokes picked him because, yeah, he's got pretty good job security. It has to be said. He's going to be great coverage for Harry Jones, who will be out for probably another 5 weeks. So, yeah, definitely someone that you can have on your side. Hopefully he responds and kicks a couple of goals against Brisbane this week. That would be nice for those Baldwin owners and for Essendon and someone in that forward line showing some promise. So, yeah, Baldwin, he's had to work for his game time, but yeah, looks okay. Just didn't really have a good run at it, unfortunately. Someone that you're probably going to have on the bench. And the last bloke here is Frank the Tank and Francis Evans, 123k. He was around last year. Yeah, didn't really get a full run at it. And they scored the 22. Why would you bother? Poor job security, I think, and doesn't seem to be a capable scorer. So, yeah, I'll be avoiding him. So, yeah, they're all the really sort of relevant rookies that I thought I would discuss. This took a while to make and colour code and all that. Otherwise, I would have had this up a while back or, like yesterday or something, but it's taken me a while. I hope you guys enjoy this one. I will be doing, a lot shorter versions of this every week, sort of touching on every single rookie coming out. And, yeah, when it's a little bit hard to choose from, that's where I'm going to come in and sort of dissect these guys a little bit more. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy the series. I did it all last year and people seem to get around it, so definitely be getting into it this year. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.